y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Catch That, where we break down R&B albums, topics, artists, and just really dig deep into the history of R&B in a thoughtful and a very honest way. I am Naturally Elise, and that's my bro.
JR.
And we are the R&B representers, and we are very happy to welcome the good brother, DeSean. Hello.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Great.
It's a pleasure to be here with y'all. First of all, thank you for the invite. It's been a long time.
Long.
Should have been on here.
Right, baby.
But we here today.
Yes. So before we jump into talking about anything, how about you tell folks about yourself as much or as little as you like to share with our audience?
Sure. So my name is DeSean. I go by Dion Lewis. You can find me on all platforms. Well, mainly Instagram and Twitter on that name, DeionLuis. Grew up in the Bronx, New York, boogie down. You can hear it in the voice probably.
Yes.
Lover of all music. I mean, just all genres, all flavors, all styles, as long as it's organic, as long as it feels good, as long as it's talking something to the soul. You know, that's what really gets me. And the R&B representatives is going to do just what the name says. They're going to represent for R&B, for music, you know, and I'm glad to be here in this conversation today with them.
Yes. So, Mr. JR.
Yes, ma'am.
How about you tell folks the album on your shirt that we're going to be talking about and why it's so important to you?
Okay.
To talk about it, and then we'll ask DeSean why it's important to him and why he picked it.
Okay, so y'all, today we will be discussing Mariah Carey's The Emotions album. I'm so excited to talk about this album. It means so much to me because this is my favorite Mariah album. As you can see, I got the shirt, I got the vinyl, man. Like, I do not play when it comes to Mariah's Emotions. I love this album down. It's so crazy because I used to know it, but it was because of DeSean, I revisited it. And I remember It was like when it was like 2009, DeSean was like one of the first people I started following on Twitter for real. And I just remember me and he was going back and forth. And one day he was like, yo, you listen to Mariah's Emotions album? I was like, yeah, like I did. I was like, he was like, you don't like it? I was like, yeah, I'm being it's cool. He was like, no. He was like, the music that I know that you like, I know for a fact that you will love this album down. And I'm like, all right. So I just remember one day I was on campus actually, and I went back and listened to this album, and I was like, what the hell was I thinking? How could I remember this album and not love it like I'm supposed to? And I remember I used to have a blog that I used to have, and I called the Young Soul Brother blog. And I remember after listening to that album, I had to write an article about it. That's how much I loved it. Wow. And from that day, I could not stop listening to Emotions. I'm so mad that I knew it, but I didn't really get into it like I should have, because if you listen to this album, this describes the music that JR loves. So it's like crazy to me. So I'm just over the hills of this. Yes.
Because I just wanted you to take one breath. Who that sound like when they said, no, this sound like something you would like? You could go back and listen to it.
You.
Yeah.
You. She's done that to me before, yes. It's another album that she was like, no, go back and listen to it. You will love it. And I did. So I'm so hyped to talk about this album for real.
Yes.
But okay, so we're going to really get into all of this, y'all. We're going to get into every song and all that. But we're going to kind of got to talk about the debut and all that before. So what was your feeling about the debut and then going into the Emotions? How did you feel about Mariah then?
So the debut, I was too young to even remember. So my introduction to Mariah was really Sweet Fantasy Baby, you know, with ODB. But of course, going back into the debut after discovering Mariah was truly amazing. The very first single she did, Vision of Love, was actually the song I what's the word I'm looking for? That's the song that I auditioned for to get into the Boys Choir of Harlem.
Okay.
And I ended up, getting in with that song in particular. So Mariah overall, the debut means a lot to me, especially Love Takes Time. That was the first time she really got up with Walter and created a masterpiece, which then led to all these other albums that we love from Mariah. So the debut was really her saying, I'm here, I'm me, you're going to get this black dress, you're going to get these curls, y'all are going to get these ballads, and y'all are going to live for it. And I wrote these songs, from a special place. And I think that's what sets Mariah apart from so many, because that pen is undoubtedly her magic. You're going to learn some vocabulary words with Mariah. Okay? You're going to learn some words with Mariah. That was my first ELA teacher. So young, okay? You're going to learn some words. She came out the door swinging with words, okay?
Yes. Oh, yes.
And that really says a lot about her mind and how she's able to incorporate, who she is as first, not just an artist, but as a person. She's here to school the people in all ways. And I really like that about Mariah. I always have.
She tried to put how, when she came out, Mariah would always say, I'm a singer-songwriter.
Period.
That was always her thing. She never wanted to be classified as just a singer. She was like, y'all, I'm a singer-songwriter. Like, look at them liner notes. I'm writing these songs. Like, listen. Don't play with me. You know what I mean? Like, I know what this industry is trying to do. They trying to compare me to the other girls, but the other girls ain't writing like me. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Singer, songwriter. You know what I mean? So yeah, Mariah definitely tried to put that in. And I loved her since Love Takes Time, because I'm not just a fan of Vision of Love. I get it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well written, well sung song. They played the hell out of that record, like for real, for real. You know what I mean? So when it got to Love Takes Time, I was like, oh shit now. You know what I mean?
And that's how you close an album.
That's how you close one. You know
that's how you close an album.
Yes. And it was just like you said, that debut was like, Mariah, I'm here. She's like, I'm here. I'm a girl that can sing, because now we're going through, y'all, we just coming out of this Milli Vanilli stuff, and we need some vocalists. You know what I mean? Shout out to them dudes too.
Okay.
That documentary was dope. It was dope.
It was amazing.
It was really, really good. But Mariah, like, look, I can sing. I don't know about these other people, but this is me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is me. And she and she took the industry by storm, for real, because that album did not just sell. That shit went through the roof. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, right. And it was like she was able to sing, at the Whites, and she came to the Apollo and sung down. So it was like it was like, all right, we like this girl. You know what I mean?
Said, hold on, let's be clear. I'm half black.
Yes, we rock with her better than Vanilla Ice.
See, as much as they, as much as they tried to erase her, it ain't work.
Right.
Yeah. They tried.
And a lot of people like to say that she played on her whiteness, but one, they're really the first ones, the media, was to say that, she's this white girl. She had to come out in 1991 and say, hold on, I'm more than just a white singer. I'm also half black. And she had to correct them. And also her management at the time, who we all know,
Oh, we gonna get into that with some of these songs.
She really tried to play on her whiteness as well. But she was like, I want to hang with the hip hop dudes, I want to go with the Dave Hall. and get that dream lover sound. Okay.
Right.
You know, and that
Right.
really catapulted her not in just the mainstream R&B market, but into the streets as well. Like they really grew a respect, I feel, for Mariah in some ways once she really left, you know, where she was with Tommy Mottola. That mindset of just having to cater to one audience.
Yeah. And I think when it gets to emotions, I think this is when she really was like,
That's the
y'all,
start.
like I'm an R&B
Yeah.
girl, like I'm a funk girl, like
Yeah.
this is that. You know what I mean? I know
Emotions was
y'all,
that.
you trying to put me into this pop
Uh-huh.
adult contemporary type of thing.
Right.
But she like, no, y'all, like I'm getting down with the get down. You know what I mean? And she
Right.
really displayed that on this record, to be honest.
Uh-huh.
And you know, and Tommy didn't like it. You know he
No.
didn't, because right after then we got Music Box. Catch it.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's just like this.
Exactly.
It was just great. So you go from this to Emotions. When y'all heard the single Emotions, you know what I'm saying, Elise, because you was older than us. For real. No shade. No, I'm not shading her, y'all. No. But
no shade taken. I look good as fuck. I don't care how old I am.
catch
But
it.
no, I wear that as a badge. It's better than the alternative. So
Okay.
so yeah. But no, emotions ain't the emotions. The song did not. It's when I first heard it. That's the song on the album that sound poppy, which is why it was first single.
Right.
Yeah.
When I first heard it, I thought it was corny.
Wow.
I'm just saying first impression.
Okay.
I don't know. Then over time, I started to like it because I just listened to her voice. But just the song itself, the structure of it, it was. I don't know. It felt like kind of like a preachy, like I don't know. It just preachy's not the right word. I'm trying to think. Like on its surface, it just sounded generic on the surface. But then after hearing it and like actually hearing what she's saying in the song and the things she's doing vocally, then I was like, oh, I get it. And I end up like, I mean, I like it now. I love it now. But that very, very first listen, I mean, the very first time I heard on the radio. Yeah. And then when it came, I was what, 12 or 13 years old. So I was just like, kind of. My ear was starting to get a little edgier, so it felt like poppy bubblegumish to me at first.
They played this a lot, and for me anyway, because this is when I moved to South Carolina with Mom. So they would play this on the radio like crazy. Like Emotions was it brings me back to then when I first got to South Carolina with Mom, and I would just hear this all the time. Like they ran this, but it reminded me of something familiar. I was like, wait a minute, this reminds me of Best of My Love by the Emotions. Catch it.
Wow.
So
I could see
it
that.
reminded me of that. Like it gave me a little bit of that feeling. So I was like, okay, you know what I mean? And then Mariah's using, not in a bad way, her gimmick. Her gimmick was her using that with, you know, that going all the way in 19,000 octaves. You know what I mean? That whistle register. That was her niche. That was her thing. So when she used it, when she got to, you know, you make me feel so like that, I ain't doing it because I know. But she did that, and it was like, okay, and I like it, to be honest with you. Now, it was like, then it was like, okay. And then I kind of had a thing with CC and the Music Factory, because you know what happened with them, with Martha. And I'm loyal to Martha Wash. You know what I'm saying? Yes. I'm loyal to her. Me and my family loyal to her. So when we found out it was them that did it, it was like, wait a minute. Like, hold up. Y'all just played our girl, and then y'all get with this. So we were all kind of like side-eyeing it, but it was like, damn, this song just too good. Like you can't help it. So and good. Then it was like, Mariah was actually singing. So, so yeah, that's when we first heard it. You know what I mean? So how did you feel, DeSean, when you first heard it?
I felt as I want to say I was like 7 years old when I first heard this song.
Mm.
And I think this was the reason why that was the first song I ever played outside of the radio from Mariah. Like I said earlier, like Fantasy was the first song I knew from Mariah at that age. So, and I think this goes into also why I wanted to pick this album. So when I heard Emotions, well, first of all, the first thing I saw was the album cover. And my mother's, yes, and the hair going back. I was just like, oh my God, is this that girl that sings Fantasy? That's the first thing I said. I still remember that. I think this is the girl that sings Fantasy. Let me just play this album and see, what she's about. And when I heard the first note, I was like, wait, I didn't know she was all of this. Because Fantasy is one thing.
Yeah.
But to go back into that sound of Mariah was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So I think when I heard Emotions the first time, being so young, and really that was the first time I was really diving into music deep, and listening to album cuts. I was astounded by what I heard. I thought the song was so fun. I used to try to mimic her when I would sing it, I just felt overwhelmed and happy emotions when I first, literal emotions, when I first heard the song,
Yeah.
Me and that young, I wasn't thinking about, a hit or it being too popular. I just knew that it felt good, I'll say that.
And then, like everybody online kind of goes up for that Arsenio Hall performance she did. And then they go up for when she was on the MTV Awards. But I go up for the one where she was on Soul Train wearing that black outfit. It was completely black. And and Mariah was giving it. You could tell she was really comfortable at Soul Train, unlike
she
her
was.
label. But anyway, it's like she was, and then you had Trey Lorenz with his hat to the back, and he like grooving, and she had the dancers on the side of him.
They were grooving.
They were. I was like so here for that performance, but everybody seems to go to the iconic Soul Train performance when she's kind of like at the end and kind of going off with her range, because Mariah was showing you range. You know what I'm saying? People be realizing where they at. Like Whitney used to do that too, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, she would be on Arsenio Hall, she would definitely soul it up a little bit more than usual. And then Mariah was like, when she came on Arsenio, she was like, oh, I'm gonna give it. Oh, I'm giving it to y'all. You know what I mean? And they added a little bit more soul and give it a little bit more. So I guess that's why people go to there. But y'all, please go check out that Soul Train performance, because the Soul Train crowd is with her. Trey Lorenz. I don't know the other two background guys, because I know the other one in the middle was there with her from the beginning, but the other one, he was a new one. So I'm not sure of him, but let me tell you something. They used to give it. They were giving it, and I was like, yo, I go in for that performance. So yeah.
It was amazing, that performance.
Yes, it was.
Truly.
Yes.
Awesome. A testament to her talent,
Yes. And felt very comfortable at Soul Train. I should say again.
Definitely.
All right. We go into track number 2, because that's the opening. We go in And You Don't Remember.
Ooh. That's my song right there.
Oh, babe.
Come on now.
Like, she go.
And what's funny is, before we started, JR thought that would be a song that I wouldn't like. But actually, it's just the things. Okay. For me, myself personally, I think this album is the best vocally of her catalog to me.
Period. I say this all the time.
It's not close. Like what she did and the way that she accessed, which with the part which I think is a sweet spot of her voice, is that low register.
Yes.
That's my favorite aspect of her voice.
Yes.
Yeah, stuff, all that's fun, spectacle shit. But I just like, and I talk about this on a lot of our shows. When that's somebody's sweet spot, I like when they be in that. That's like their
Uh-huh.
like, it don't feel forced. It feels warm. It's like it's it's like a hug, you know?
I always say that about Mariah's voice. Her sweet spot is that low tone. And when she hits that, oh my goodness, it just feels so good. It's like milk and honey, when you hear it.
It is.
And it's so jazzy too. It's very jazzy.
This whole album, you're getting jazz, pop, jazz, funk, soul, gospel. You're getting all of that in this album.
Right.
That's why this album to me is the favorite, because it's so black to me.
To me, it's the pinnacle black album of Mariah's catalog.
When you say the list, what it sound like, you have to say gospel first.
Right.
Agreed.
That's the predominant mood of this album.
Yeah.
And
that's the foundation of it.
But it's gospel first, and then all that other stuff.
Yeah, I agree. Because in this song, And You Don't Remember, it's very call and response. And you don't remember, and you don't remember. Like she's like, you know what I'm saying? Like she's going back, and that's church right there. Even though Mariah is not from the church, but she loved her some Aretha Amazing Grace. She loved the Clark sisters. So all of that is in this. And then that girl is doing her own like background. That's what bugs me the hell out. Like, she like, I can do this on my own. I don't need y'all. I don't need the backgrounds on this one. I can do my own shit. You know what I mean? Like, and that gospel, thank you for saying that, Elise. Her gospel influences is all up and through this album, for real. And this, she's going right into it. Like, that ain't nothing but, to me, that's some Aretha Amazing Grace stuff. You know what I mean? And with Mariah, that's one of her faves. So for her to even come in like that, Mariah, like, I'm not playing with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, and then and that's why I said it, Elise, when you asked me what I thought was songs you didn't like. A lot of people say they don't like this song.
I ain't a lot of people.
Well, you're not. You're not. But a lot of people, like, when they was doing those stuff on Instagram and they asked you what's your favorite song off the album, then they did your least favorite, something like that. And it was like a whole list. And I would see a lot of people saying, And You Don't Remember. I'm like, huh?
It's how?
Weird. Like,
that's
what?
Weird.
Are you serious? Like, and then it bugs me out, because then you got, this is a very airy that people love from Daydream. So I'm like, y'all love Daydream, but you don't love this? I'm confused. Like, I'm like, she's giving you them airy type of vocals and that, and it's a very airy sound and all this, but y'all don't like the song, to me. And I'm like, what's wrong with y'all? Like, I'll be ready to go in on every song of this album. So I'm like, how the hell y'all don't like And You Don't Remember? You know what I mean? Like, but
that was a fave of mine, and still is my top 3 favorite Mariah songs to this day. And You Don't Remember. Yeah.
Damn.
I have 2 top 3 from this album, really. Mariah songs, 2 top 3.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And she said, oh, go ahead, my fault.
But JR, I'm not sure if if you read her book, she is from the church.
She is?
She is. When she would visit her father's side, they lived in Harlem.
That's right.
And she would go to church with them on Sundays.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
So I think that's where a lot of this inspiration on this whole album comes from.
Yeah.
Diving into those roots. Of course, her Aretha bag, she was all up in it on this album.
Yes.
And I think that showed, people, I'm not just one thing. I'm going to give you something else. I'm going to let you know where I come from on this album.
Yes.
And then, Remember is definitely, one of those songs. Yeah. Not just for the musical aspect, but vocally, she's going up, she's going down. She's giving you different textures of her voice all in one song. The low, the high, the mid. And I think she does that a lot, like so much on this album, more than she does on any other album, playfully.
Yeah.
She's skillfully going into different octaves.
And that's why I said that this album is very important for her,
Right.
because it showed her as an artist. She was
Right.
no longer the Mariah the singer. I was like,
Right.
y'all, if we wouldn't have gotten Emotions, y'all couldn't have got the Daydream and the Butterfly that you wanted. No,
That's right.
because she's able to be an artist on this one. Like you said, the different way she was singing, the different textures she was given, the lows, the highs, the mids. Like, she wasn't able to do that on the debut. The debut, she had to come in just showing y'all I can sing. That's it. Now, this was like, y'all, I'm an artist. I'm going to show y'all what I can do with this voice. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
And just
That
think
second
about
verse.
it. Yeah. And just think about it. Think about all like diva type singers, and you think about their first album. That's everybody's first album is, I have to show you everything I can do because this is my chance to show you. If I don't show you now, you might not see it and forget about me. You think about, think about how Brandy was singing on her first album. She was just giving you everything. I'm gonna do all these different things. The songs might not make sense together, but I need y'all to know that I can fucking sing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people did with their first album.
Exactly.
I wish we would have got the video though, because Mariah said there was a video
There was a video.
made. It was a video, but she was like, I don't know where it is.
It made sense for it to be a single. It was a perfect ballad. It was perfect.
Perfect. This is the lane you wanted her in. I'm like,
exactly.
Hello, boom. You know what I mean? But if y'all go on YouTube, you get like a 30-second clip of like a commercial of it. But I'm like, she was like,
and I didn't even know that. See, I'm gonna do that after we get off.
yes, it's a 30-second
I'm gonna do that after we get off.
And when you see it, you're gonna be like, yo, this could have been a freaking single. Like, what was y'all thinking? Like, y'all could have really pushed this record. You know what I mean? But I don't know why Tommy and them didn't. But there's a lot with this album. Why? But
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So So and you don't remember Amazing. After Emotions, you get that. And then we get into Can't Let Go.
That's how I feel when I first listened to it. Just take a breath. That intro alone, you know. It's like you're on a beach.
Yeah, that's an example of a perfect song that was a perfect single.
Perfect. No words for it, but perfect.
Even if this wouldn't have been a single, it was just an album cut, it would still be my favorite on this album.
It's amazing.
I didn't need it. They did play it to death. I didn't even need to play it to death. I heard it one time and I was in. I was sold.
In.
You know,
Period.
Emotions took me a couple weeks. Can't Let Go. The second I heard the open it, I probably wouldn't even care what she did after. And then she came after and did what she did after. That after was actoring.
Come on now. Come on.
This is my favorite Mariah single, period.
Oh.
Period. Favorite single, period. Like you said, on like the intro of this, it's like it's bringing you into another world. Yeah. And then she just come in with the little whistle a little bit, and then do 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 do. Oh yeah, like it's like, oh my God, like it feels good. It's her and Walter together showed why they were a match.
Period.
This song
proves
that down. You know what I mean? Mariah doing her own backgrounds again. You know what I'm saying? Like, this girl was an artist on Emotions, and every song she showed you, yes, I am a singer, songwriter, but goddamn it, I'm an artist. And for her to do this and the cadence that she's singing on this, especially when you get to the bridge, it's like,
oh. Then she had the nerve to modulate after the bridge was over. Like, excuse me? Excuse me?
Like, who do you think you are?
Like, excuse me, Miss Mamas. Huh?
That's why Mariah was going out again. Mariah's like, okay, y'all want me to show that I can sing? I'ma show y'all, and I'ma do some shit that other motherfuckers ain't gonna do. You know what I mean? Because how you come out of the bridge and modulate like that?
No, not what other motherfuckers won't do. Can't.
Well,
words mean things. Can't.
All right.
It is a very few people that could do that. Not to say there's not people, but it's not a. It's like a.
To come out of that and just keep going higher. Oh no, I can't get you out of my mind. Like she's still deep in the song saying stuff like that in her ad lib bag, you know.
What?
Come on.
You have some songs. You have some songs that you just hear, and then you have some songs that your body hears. Your whole body hears. It reverberates. It's like Family Mariah, where like it's just a sensation. And for that song to still do that to me every time, like I just shudder, you know.
Those lyrics in the second verse always hit me. Cast aside, you don't even know that I'm alive. You just walk on by, don't care to see me cry. Here I am still holding on, and I can't accept my world is gone. Excuse me?
The pen is writing. Penning. Pen is penning.
That is writing.
Are you what? That's when she was like, do you know the way it feels when all you have just dies? I try to deny that I need you, but still you remain on my mind. Like, and then she goes up, and then the background's coming, even though I try. I'm like, oh.
It was so perfect. It's so perfect, that song.
Oh my God. I'm like, yo, how, like Mariah, like how? You like an animal, yo, like, like she's a complete animal. That's how I'm like, yo, and this should have been a #1 record. It
was almost there. It was #2. It was almost there.
But you know why? You know why? Because the album wasn't selling like Tommy wanted it to. So he stripped and took the damn single off the shelf and made people go buy that damn album. I'm like, are you crazy? Let her be. Yeah. Because I remember DeSean. I think DeSean, we was online one day, and DeSean was like, Mariah do got some #1s that didn't need to be #1s.
There's no shade. It's no shade.
I can say it that someday. I'm sorry. No.
I was surprised that was #1. I'm still surprised that was #1. Yeah. We gonna talk about it.
I wish he would have did that with this. Because, and then it was blocked by All for Love for, Elise's favorite group.
Right.
Bad. But, but I was like, damn, out of all I wish this one, he would have just let this shit ride, because eventually that shit would have hit. It would have hit #1. But he wanted the album to sell. So it was just like,
well,
it was those random songs.
It was #1 in my African American home.
And mine. Amen.
It went diamond on my stereo system. So.
Okay.
Amen.
It done sold 20 million copies around here. Okay.
Okay. Oh God, but yes, I mean, DeSean, she done did this so many times. Like, who you have a favorite performance that she did this on?
That's a good question. I don't think I really dived deep into the performances of this one, actually. I think she did it on Arsenio Hall one time.
She did.
If I'm not mistaken. I did love that one.
Yeah. I go back to Us, that Soul Train performance.
Right.
Yeah, I love that. And anytime it's Mariah's birthday, even the anniversary of Emotions, I try to put up that performance, because Mariah, and you could, again, I think Mariah felt comfortable because, again, she kind of saw where the label was taking her. But again, the Soul Crane crowd was with her. You know what I mean? So like, it was like with her. So she's like singing.
You know what? I do remember that performance.
Yes, and the crowd is with her, and she got her arm out to them, and they like holding her like, girl, sing, girl. Like, we with you, you know what I mean? And it made her feel comfortable. And y'all know that was the last time she performed on Soul Train.
Well, was that Apollo, you mean?
No, it was
That
Soul
was Soul
Train.
Train?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I'm thinking about Apollo.
Yeah, that because she did Love Takes Time on Apollo and she did
Right,
Visions of
that's what I'm
Love.
thinking about.
Yeah. And then on the Soul Train, she did Emotions, and then they let her perform Can't Let Go. And then she ain't come back to Soul Train until she did the Soul Train Awards in '98.
Wow.
Right. You did not see her doing Music Box. You did not see her do the Merry Christmas. You did not see her do Daydream. None of them. Tommy said, shoot, done. You going over there.
You know what? To be fair, though, I mean, yes, all that is very true.
Mm-hmm.
But to be fair, by that period of Soul Train, when certain artists did get past a certain point, they did not come on Soul Train anymore like they used to in the 70s and 80s.
Mm-hmm.
90s Soul Train was a different animal, even though you're absolutely correct. But yeah, just perspective.
You're right. Yeah, because Whitney ain't never come back. Whitney never came back.
And other big artists, when they certain sales mark on their stuff, they became less accessible, but the show wasn't the same anymore either.
True. You got a point.
It wasn't our Soul Train of old. So
right. That's true. I know Mariah wanted to come back though.
Just to offer some perspective on it. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I get that. But I love Can't Let Go. Anytime this play, I don't even give a damn where it's playing at. I mean, in the grocery store, I don't leave until the song is done. That's how much I love this song. Like, everybody be like, yo, what's your favorite Mariah single? I remember that was going up on Twitter. And I was like, I can't let go. And they like, really? Hell yeah. Are you crazy? Like, no.
Amazing song.
It to me. So yeah, Can't Let Go. Love it. Love it down. Love it down. All right. Make it happen, people.
Oof.
Do it for me, JR. Right now.
Believe in yourself enough and know what you want. You're gonna make it happen. Make it happen. You better, DeSean. You need the night and pray to the Lord. He's gonna make it happen. Make it happen. Yeah, I had to do it. Elise was not gonna let me not do it at all. Because we was on our live on Instagram and we started talking about it, and I just started jumping into the joint. And Elise was just like, she was like, oh, okay.
Now sometimes I randomly, we don't even talk about Mariah, and I'm like, John, just do it for me one time.
Yeah. So I had to get that out the way, y'all. But this is a favorite of mine. Obviously, the inspiration of it all. Listen, David Cole on the RIP to him on them keys, like he came from the church. Period. And you can hear it on this, and he's
forward. He's like,
yeah.
He gonna let you not hit him.
Playing, okay.
Okay. Yeah. And it's because Mariah said this song is quote unquote kind of autobiographical because she's talking about, it's her story, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And she said she added a little bit, a little bit of more stuff to it. She added more color to it to make a record, but it was definitely autobiographical for her. But you know what I really love about this song? Mariah didn't use the whistle. She didn't have to.
She didn't.
It wasn't meant for it. It wasn't meant. It was about the power of the lyrics. And listen to that. And I think that is what I really enjoy about it. Because, again, that can be your gimmick, just to say, but sometimes it's not needed. You know what I mean? And I feel like later on down the line, we're talking about, I'm going to say from 2003 on, everybody wants Mariah to do that in a song. And I'm like, y'all, sometimes it's not needed for real. And Make It Happen, you did not need that in that. And that's one thing that I like, because I think by 92, because this is when this song came out, I was getting a little tired of just her this hitting this high range and high this whistle register. I was just like, all right, y'all, Like I'm no. And when she did this, it was just all about that. It's fun. It's a message. You could dance to it. You know what I mean? Do your little Mariah, because this is Mariah. That's her. That's Mariah gonna stay in one spot, or she gonna move her knees like this. That's it. That's
That
yeah. That's her. That's her. That's it. Mariah ain't gonna give you too much now. She gonna give you just that, and that's it. And you get your Mariah on. And I think this is actually the first song that she actually got her background. Shout out to Trey Lorenz. And
yes.
who else is on it? I forgot what homegirl name is, but yeah, she got her background vocals on this, and yo, great song, inspirational song. You know what I mean? Love it, love it.
Mm-hmm. Keep on going. If I can make it through the night.
This is actually my favorite Mariah Carey song.
What?
This is my favorite Mariah Carey song.
Oh shit. Okay.
This is
Okay.
number one. Anytime someone asks me, what is your favorite Mariah Carey song? This will always be number one.
Wow.
And this is, you know, again, one of those first songs I heard from Mariah Carey, you know, after coming off of the Fantasy tip and playing the first album straight. Well, this album, excuse me, Emotions album straight through.
Mm-hmm.
But when I heard this song, I just connected to it immediately. As soon as I heard it, the inspiration and the message, the way she's singing it, the story being told about her life and how she overcame, and telling you you can make it as well if you believe not just in yourself but God, whoever you pray to. Believe that you can overcome, believe that you can triumph, believe that you can be that phoenix, you know, from the ashes.
Yes.
And for her to break that thing down, gotta believe within yourself, hold on tight, don't let go. I think that was a powerful moment in the song. To just break it down, you just hear her voice just triumph over just a hand clap. And she's just going off. They did the production on that. It was perfect.
And then with them doing it on MTV Unplugged.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, listen,
Oh my
her
goodness.
and them Price sisters and
Okay.
yes, and Trey and all them behind her. And like you
A
said,
moment.
that part right there, it's like, oh God, like, oh, DeSean, you get it. Oh God.
And she's using full chest voice in that song, you know. By the end, she's just going in.
Yes.
Holding notes,
Yes.
that belted note she did on the bridge.
None of that whispery stuff
Right.
that we got later in her sound.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It
This was
wasn't
just
needed.
Mariah full
Not
voice.
whispery, but breath. Not that
Breathy.
breathy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. He came in there saying, I got a message and y'all gonna hear it. I'm not gonna give y'all all the vocal acrobatics and all this, even though it's in there, but
It's in there.
you paying attention to the words, and like you said, it's connecting to your soul, because it's like it's her story. So you know when it's your story, you're gonna connect to it. You know what I mean? And hello, that's why me and DeSean's favorite right there.
I was
But
gonna bring that up. If you know our favorite, you know why we love a song like Make It Happen. You know.
yes.
We love
You know,
storytellers, personal storytellers, you know.
personal. You know what I mean? So that's why, yes. So that's why it's definitely a favorite. Definitely a favorite of mine. You know what I mean? And I love the video too. You know what I mean? The video is so simple.
Oh, I
She's in a
love it. Oh
church.
my goodness.
Yeah, like you got the kids in there grooving.
church.
Like it's just
It was
yes.
perfect.
Doing that little running man and stuff. It's so cute.
Yeah.
And I love the gradual progression of the beat too. Like it just comes in with just the bass drum and the hi-hat and the claps. And then it goes into everything. And like it builds. It's a slow build.
Oh,
But you
Mariah's
feel it
good for
immediately
that.
as soon as it comes in.
She's good for that. Mariah will build a record. You hear me? So
And that's what songs these days are missing. There's no gradual progression. You just want to give everyone the same thing one time. No, you got to build that up. And that's because there's no bridges in the songs no more. There's no 5-minute tracks no more. There's no single edits no more. Everything is original. Right now, everything is edited for a single.
Yep.
You
No
know?
single edit. You an older head. Come on, somebody. A single edit. Yes.
Okay. Ain't no 12-inch version.
At all. At all. Oh my God. Yes,
No
make it
more.
happen. Such an amazing song. Thank you for that,
Yes.
Mariah. Thank you for that
Thank you for that.
inspirational record. Yes.
Whenever I'm
Absolutely.
feeling down, that's one of those songs I go to. You know, that's a go-to for me. When I need inspiration to keep trucking, keep walking. When I'm going for a job interview, you know, you can make it happen, you know.
Yes. Especially knowing, like you said, knowing her story, knowing what that girl had to go through to get with it, at that time.
Exactly.
That girl, yeah, like she said she used to eat a bagel and that's it. You know what I mean?
Laying on the floor, sleeping on the floor.
Sleeping on the floor. Like, you had to believe in yourself so much. And for her to come out with a record like that, and then it's not a ballad. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
It's not like oh God, you know what I mean? A boring ballad. She made this like, it's going to be fun. You're going to be able to dance. It's a message. So I think, but they probably was killing the clubs during that time too.
Oh my goodness. I can only imagine the girl stepping in the club today.
Right.
The house mixes to that, okay?
Oh my God. Come on, David Morales. Come on.
Okay. Listen.
The house dub and club mix. You're going to get that on Mariah.
Yes.
She was good. I think she was one. I think personally she's one of them.
You still gonna get one.
Okay. That's what I love about her. So I think she's one of the queens of house because she could remix a house song so good. And like all her house remixes are crazy.
And then especially her, and a lot of people don't talk about her with CNC Music Factory, and their chemistry was amazing too. Like,
it was amazing.
Yeah, it's like everybody, obviously, Hun Walter, that was her musical guy. Okay, cool. But her and David Cole and Rob, they was all right. You know what I'm saying? And a song like that, you know what I'm saying? Like they chemistry.
CNC did her right.
Yes.
They did her right.
And they gave Mariah that heat that she needed too. If you want to dance, she knew she could rock with them. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yes, make it happen. Great joint. So we going back down to the ballads with "If It's Over."
Mm-hmm. It's slow.
The amazing, legendary Carol.
Yes. I was over here about to put out Carol King album. I just love her. I
love her. Love her.
Yes.
Carol.
Yes.
Her pen, what? 2 penning females on one song? Crazy.
And it had that classic Carol sound on it.
It definitely sounded like You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman.
Listen.
It sounded like it. And she wanted Mariah to cover it. And Mariah was like, nah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she wanted.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so when...
Come on, that album right there. Come on now.
At least do not play when it comes to Carol King at all.
That Way Over Yonder on that album?
Stop.
Come on now.
Look here.
That's an album right there.
Listen. Whew. Lord. See, but the music heads getting into another album. See this mess?
Right.
But yeah, so Carol, when they was like, they wanted them two to work together, Carol King had hit Mariah, was like, yo, won't you do You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman? And Mariah was like, nah, my fave done perfected that record. I don't want that. Like, nah, I'm good. Let me pen something. And they only had a day to do it. And they gave us
what?
This.
One day?
A day.
Wow.
A day. And they bodied this joint. And that's why you can feel you know, you make me feel like a natural woman vibes is there. Like, this is very Mariah saying, Aretha, I bow to you. Like, this is that
Yes.
type of record to me. Like,
Yes.
I can literally see this song being on Aretha's Lady Soul. Like,
Yes.
for real. Like, being right. It's kind of like Mariah's Good to Me as I Am to You type of flavor to me. This is what I got from it. You know what I mean? But Mariah doing some singing on this one. And she loved doing it live too. She
Oh, you could tell.
loved, yes. She did
Yeah.
it on Oprah. You know, everybody talk about the Grammy
Right.
performance. You know what I mean? Everybody goes there, which was amazing. What else? What else did she do this at? Yeah, Mariah just likes doing this. Obviously, MTV Unplugged.
Of
She did it
course.
on there. So, you know, this you could tell Mariah loves performing this. Oh, I like the SNL when she did it with her little
Yes. Yes.
yes, with her little black jacket, tight
Yes.
motorcycle jacket, and it's very tight. And Mariah is
Yes.
singing for her dear life. And I think a lot of people, because I look under the comments, a lot of people was like, yo, they like that better than the Grammy performance because they feel like
Yeah.
the SNL performance, it was like they felt like Mariah was putting a little bit more soul into it. They felt like the Grammy performance, it was just like, okay, the choir is gonna bring the soul for me. I ain't gotta do all that. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna sing and that's it. But this song, Mariah sings down to me. Love it. Love it.
Period.
Love it.
I mean, but and also as a performer in different settings or venues or crowd sizes and all that, and depending on how much of a band you got and how much of all this, you are going to give different types of performances in different spaces. Any type of performer. So yeah. So and that is smaller. She's able to, yeah.
It's such a dope song, lyrically, vocally. I just love how it comes in. Like you hearing like a choir. I'm not sure how many people were on background on it, but just the it's like initially were just so perfect. It set the tone for what you knew was about to come. You know.
Right.
And then she randomly does a whistle so quick and at the end of the bridge, like, oh my goodness. It's such a perfect song.
Yes, she got Cindy Marzell on it. Trey Lorenz is on it. She's doing background on it. And I think that's it.
Okay.
When background singers were able to sound like choirs back then.
Well, no, background singers still do, but very few new music uses background singers. That's
that
part.
No, the background singers themselves ain't fall off. So, you know.
It's the musicality today that's falling off.
That's what, exactly. They want to actually do the backgrounds themselves and it don't even be sounding right. For real.
No. They're using Melodyne to do the harmonies now, you know. We're just gonna add one layer here and then we're gonna add the harmony in later. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
You don't get the real natural organic feel when you do that.
And that's what Sean said, Sean from Boys and Men, when he went and it was like, yo, where the background singers at? He was like, where's the bridge? They was like,
don't need
it. He was like, no. He was like, oh no, this session ain't for me. He was like, this session ain't for me. He was like,
it's ridiculous these days.
I need what happened. And he was like, these are top producers. It's hot right now. So he was like, what happened?
And a lot of artists, they, you know, backing is for people that know that have a skill for it. But I'm sorry, your name ain't Mariah, your name ain't Brandy, your name ain't Maxwell. You can't just leave it to the people that are skilled in it, and it's because they are musicians. They come from music. They have been around. They are schooled.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's just the end all of end all. You gotta be schooled in it, okay?
Like anything, you know? Like anything outside of music. Like
yes.
You know, you want the person come operate on you to have done it before and went to school for it, right?
That part.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You
Yes,
know?
ma'am.
So
Yes, yes, but it's over. I love this song too. It just comes like it comes in so hard. It'd be like doom 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 doom. Like it's like oh,
Yeah.
because you coming off of Make It Happen, and then you coming right into this. It's like oh,
She said,
okay,
you
and
got
then
one
Mariah,
version of church, I'm gonna give you another.
that
There's another
part,
version of
that part.
church, you know.
Yes. Mariah again, and that's why Elise said in the beginning of the show, no, gospel comes first.
Definitely.
Before anything.
This is that
Anything
album
else.
for Mariah. This is her gospel album, you know.
It is. It is. It
Mhm.
is. It is. It is. All right. You're So Cold.
Ooh.
oof.
Mariah tried to play this song, and I'm glad that Lambs got on her ass. I'm sorry.
She tries to play it.
Yes. So she was on, you know, when they do the word associates on the Zell magazine.
Yeah.
And the word was cold. So I think one of the songs of hers they asked her about was You're So Cold. And she said, oh no, y'all don't, nah, that song, no. She was like, don't even, she had to come out and tweet because the Lambs was like, no, Mariah, this is what you ain't gonna do. Like you not gonna try
Wow.
to clown it. Oh yes. And she came out with a tweet, was like, oh, I do like the song, but I didn't know people knew it. Like she was like, I just didn't know people knew it. And them Lambs was like, no, ma'am, we know it.
Period.
But sidebar though. Well, not sidebar. Let me interrupt. I don't like when fans do that.
Mm.
Talk about it.
I don't like that because just because the artist don't like the song doesn't invalidate the fact that you don't like it. You don't know why she don't like. She might not like it. Can you read the lyrics of the song? That's about some shit.
That's on some shit.
It's about old
It
ragged
is.
ass fucking dude.
Right.
It is.
Which most of the songs on this album is about. So she fell away. It could be that. It could have been the day she recorded it. She just might not have been feeling like it's so many different reasons why somebody don't
Yeah.
like it. It's not like she said, "Oh my God, that song's terrible. Fuck that song." She didn't say that.
Nah, she didn't.
Right.
Nah, she didn't. She didn't. She didn't.
And I see people
But
that
you
just
know how fans do.
get out of their parasocial relationship with these artists. Like
Right.
that lady don't know you.
It's
That
like
lady
Mary not
don't
singing Be
know you.
Without You. You know, we have to understand why she doesn't sing it no more. We know why. Don't even
Yeah.
talk to her about why. You know why.
Don't even
She
talk to
doesn't
her
sing that
about it.
song.
Stop
Right.
asking her that shit and like just stop it. It's stupid.
Yeah.
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 Brian Michael Cox is actually upset with Mary about not doing that song.
Well,
But
he
I'm
need
like,
to let
brother,
it
you gotta
go.
understand. She coming out that relationship. She not gonna sing that song for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. She gonna
Yeah.
have to get with somebody again and really
Right.
feel those lyrics. Until then,
Right.
we will never
We're not
get
gonna hear
her
that
doing
song.
that. That's it. Y'all better go online and watch them YouTube live performances and call it a day.
Okay.
Let's set a fucking record. But no, like, I just that is a thing that irks me, especially when people do it to someone who has such an extensive
Right.
catalog of shit.
Right.
Like, okay, she said that about this song, but for one, you can listen to the record,
Mhm.
and you can also calm the fuck down. Also, you can do that.
Yeah.
That's just so weird to me. I don't get it, but
Yeah, so I was doing some research though, y'all, and y'all gonna find this crazy. It was a rumor that it was gonna either be You're So Cold or Emotions as the first single. Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
I did some research and I was like, You're So Cold was supposed to be the first single, but they decided to go with Emotions, which I think was great.
Best
Because
choice.
to me, as much as I love this song, it's an album cut to me. It's
Right.
not a single to me. It's a bomb album cut to me. For real. Because the way you would have to edit this song for radio edit anyway, because the first 15 seconds, Mariah is on vocal assassin. Like, she just, like, the first 55 seconds, you like, Mariah, you didn't have to do that to the girls. You really didn't have to do that to the girls like this. Like, and then I was like, Mariah, who is you, girl? Like,
let's talk about the piano intro, okay?
come on, Dave Cole. Like, you see
Come
what I'm
on.
saying? He did not play no game.
And you know what? For a radio edit, they would have had to cut out the best parts of the song, of what makes that song the way it does.
Yeah. And
the beat would just come in.
Yep. It would just come in with the beat. That's it. You can't. The way Mariah and David is going off in that first minute of that record, you can't. No.
That's another song that builds up, you know, and it builds up quickly, though. She said, I'm going to give you the low tone, but you're going to get this full voice.
Yes.
Especially 1991 and 92 radio.
Okay.
Like what they would have had to cut out, it would have
cut out too much.
It would have took the flavor of it, which is why it's like you said, JR, amazing album cut. It worked.
Yeah.
Right.
And with the fact I think it would have really kind of messed up the rollout for Mariah in it. I mean, technically it wouldn't have, because Tommy would have spent that money to make sure this shit would have won. But
yeah, he would have made it happen.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That payola would have made it happen.
Payola would have made it happen. But I'm glad that they went with emotions, because it was like this. Like Elise said, you would have cut out the best parts of the song, and it would have just been, it wouldn't have been a right rollout for it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it would have just been, nah. So I'm glad that they went with emotions, and, you know, just, damn, this girl just vocally demolished this song. That's why I'm like, y'all better start talking about her chemistry with freaking CNC and Music Factory, because they was on. You know what I mean? And I think Mariah was actually a little bit freer with them. You know what I mean? Because her and Walter, you kind of knew what was going to happen. This is the songs that we got to do. You know, this is the flavor it has to be. At least with David Cole, she was able to kind of be the artist. You know what I mean? Like, she was, again, with Make It Happen, she was able to do things with her voice and able to, the cadence she was singing on it. And then You're So Cold, she was able to be vocally this and do this, and just Mariah the artist in these songs. And I really don't think that they talk a lot about that, especially with they up tempos, because again, like she was saying in her book, you know what the label was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what was trying to be done. So it's like, they didn't want me to really be urban. They didn't want me to be too urban. So a lot of them songs was just, ugh.
Yeah. With the book, did you read it or did you listen to it?
I read it.
You need to listen to it.
Yes.
Okay.
Of all these things you're reading, and hear how she's saying it, and the inflection, and her, and you catch the little shady, you catch everything. So listen to it also.
I'm gonna listen to it today. While I got it, what you call? I'm gonna listen to it, because you told me like one of the best books you listened to because of the cadence that Mariah was giving and all of that. But yeah, I read it. I read that shit in like 4 hours.
I listened to it on a flight and was like, I'm gonna listen to this book today because I already know Mariah's gonna give Mariah antics, Mariah shade, and Mariah laughs. If you know Mariah, I was like, I'm immediately listening to this.
Yeah, I started listening to it on the flight, and then once I got to where I was going, I couldn't cut it off. But you know,
it was so hard.
But I had to take my long ass Uber ride, you know, coming from freaking JFK. So you know, that was another hour and a half I had to listen.
It was a perfect ride listening to Mariah just go off tangents. You know, her story. She's amazing. You have to listen to it, JR.
Okay, I'm gonna listen to it. Because I just read it and I was just sitting there like, damn. Like, it was just a couple of times I'm like, even when her just getting into and getting it around this era right here, you like, God damn, what that woman had to deal with
Uh-huh.
we can't let it be too urban. And you know what I mean? So yeah. And this
there was a
album is
lot of
very
those conversations being had, at that
Yes,
time.
it was. And that's why I gave Music Box so much fever. And when we
It's
talked
no
about it in
shade.
the
It's not a
episode,
favorite of mine, but
Ours
I
neither.
do like the
you know,
album though.
hello, because we did it with Mark, and yeah, it was. I mean, she sang down like
Oh
we
yeah,
said. She sung down, but we
amazing
know
lyrics
what
as
it
usual.
was.
Right.
Yes.
And I'm gonna forever talk about the commenter talking about we was shade the app that we was bashing the album. That's
Oh,
not true. Just because we didn't love the whole album don't mean you're bashing it. You just
right,
examining things.
And then
right.
he wasn't right anyway because Mark didn't bash it at all because Mark loved it. So how are we bashing it? That don't make sense. And me and Elise never even said the album was bad. We just was like, some songs it just didn't appeal to us. We didn't say the shit
Yeah,
was trash. And Elise kept saying at the end of every time we would say we didn't like, she sounds amazing. It's written well. You know what I'm
right.
saying? But they
You
didn't
just
get
didn't
that.
connect.
It just didn't
The
connect.
connect wasn't there on that album. I'll say that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Emotions. You could tell Emotions was Mariah. You know.
Yes.
It felt authentic. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
authentic. Yes. So, whoo, so cold. Yeah. So we get to So Blessed.
Ooh.
And I'll be right back. And this is no shade, but y'all keep on talking, but I'll be right back. It is no shade, JR, okay? No shade.
I'm
I'll
gonna
be
get it
right
out.
back. But y'all go ahead.
Okay. So for me, So Blessed, this is like, you know how Mariah can write those pop gospel songs, like what she did with Sent From Up Above on the debut.
Yes.
And then you don't really, she's talking about love, but then the words that she used within it, like her lyrics be penning, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, when she say precious love burning so deeply, shining
Mm.
completely for you, it's like, you know what I mean? Or she's saying so sacred and so pure. You know Mariah talking about God, but it's
Right.
not, she couldn't say it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like her BB and CC type of vibe. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Where they could not say God, but we knew
Right.
what they were talking about. But I think she really got it when she did Anytime You Need a Friend. From that, you knew what that was. You know what I
Right.
mean? As soon as that played, you knew what that was. But this song is hauntingly beautiful for me because it's so
Love this
dark.
song.
It's so dark, but yet so beautiful. Like Mariah just singing. You know what I mean? And I
Mm.
think I love this record too because y'all know I love Gladys. I can see Gladys
Right.
doing this record. I can see
Yeah.
Gladys singing a record like this and going back and watching interviews of her, during that era when Mariah was doing, I think, what was it? It might have been Ebony or Jet, one of them, and she's outside. And she was like, this album, I was inspired by Aretha, I was inspired by Gladys. And I was like, Gladys will do a record like So Blessed, like
Right.
kind of License to Kill type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like that's why, and that's why for me, I dig this record. I do. I think it's hauntingly beautiful. That's what I say. That's what I say.
And me hearing it, so young, originally I was like, it's a skip. But once my ears, once I say like around 16, 17, I went back to the song and was like, yo, I kept replaying it one day, the whole day. I was like, yeah, this song clicks now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of a little bit of Forever on the Daydream album.
Yes.
It reminds me of that song.
Yes. So this could
But
be the
I love So
precursor
Blessed
for
more.
real.
Mm-hmm. So before
Like
I
you
left,
said,
the
it's a
reason
very haunting song.
Yes.
Hauntingly beautiful.
Yeah.
She's singing her ass off, of course,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love her vocally on the song. I love the lyrics, but sonically, what it's giving me, and this is gonna tie two things together. First off, why I said I promise this is not shade me leaving when y'all start talking about the song, and it sounds like a Christmas song to me. It's giving, yes, it's giving
You know, at the
Yuletide
beginning of Oh Holy Night on her Christmas album kind of reminds me.
You know
And
what?
before we
Now that you said "Oh Holy Night," yes,
and
you
before
right, Elise.
and before we got on, we were talking about we were talking about a Christmas album, and I
Right.
was like, I probably ain't gonna really check it or rush to check it because Christmas music is not my thing. And so it sounds Christmassy to me. And
It
so
does.
it kind of makes it a skip for me, even though I think I don't, that makes me not connect to it probably like I would otherwise.
Right.
Mhm.
Because everything else is hitting for me
Right.
about it. But that it takes me out of it.
Yeah,
That's
that was
all.
my skip song originally, you know, when I
It
first
was
heard the
mine
album.
too. It
Yeah.
was. I ain't gonna lie. When
But
I
now
listened
it's
to it,
like
I
a
was like,
fave.
okay.
I always play it now. It's a constant play now.
Yes.
Once I got it, it was like, I got it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But I definitely don't feel like it's a bad song.
Right.
But I do skip it because it takes me out of something.
Yeah.
I mean,
But it's not
especially
bad at all.
after coming out with a banger, you're so cold.
Yeah.
It's a weird sequence for me too. So
Yeah. It didn't
Yeah.
fit right there.
yeah.
Mm-mm. I get you. I get that. I get
In
that.
fact, that probably would have worked better for me as maybe the last song, especially since everybody stuck a gospel song at the end of their records during this time specifically.
You
Yeah.
got a point.
In the
So
90s.
Blessed would have worked perfectly after the ninth song. We gonna get into it, of course, but
Oh yeah,
you know.
you know it. Oh,
Yeah.
you know that.
It could have been
Yeah.
like So Blessed and then The Wind, you know.
Yep.
Yeah,
It could have been. Yep.
I think
I agree.
I think even that would have made me more into it because it would kind of flow
Uh-huh.
differently.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because I listen to whole albums, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
You a body of work girl. That's why I get it. We get each other.
That's right.
Yes. Yes. We body of work people here. So
That's
we
right.
gotta make sure the sequences is right.
Give me
all
You
that.
gotta be right.
Give
No,
me
you-
body.
No, you didn't.
It did. I'll do it again. Give me body. Okay.
Yeah, like Elise said, it takes you out of the element where it's placed.
Yeah.
Because You're So Cold could have been right into the next track, you
Right.
know.
I was just about to say that. Like
It could have went
been
right into To Be Around You.
It could have been. It could have been. Now that is my favorite up tempo on the album.
Mine too. Well,
But
one
do
of
you
mine.
know what? Do you think if you look at this song, it goes CNC song. Then
Walter
It
song.
does. I know where you're going. Yep.
I always noticed that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's probably what they were
did
going
that.
for because they wanted those two flavors. I think that was Tommy's doing. He wanted, more of the Walter, but Mariah wanted, the CNC. So to please everybody, we're going to do CNC, Walter, CNC, Walter. I think that's what they were trying to do.
Yeah, and they did it again on what you call it? They did it again on Music Box.
Right.
Yep. And
they did it again. They did it again.
I just didn't notice it. I just happened to be looking. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that became a template for Mariah's album. She's always done that after that album, after Emotions.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And
Butterfly, she'll give you the hip hop R&B song, then the ballad, then the hip hop R&B song, then the ballad. That just became her template. Even Emancipation was like that.
Yeah. Oh, true.
Emancipation
it's
was
like that. We belong together. Shake it off. Mine again.
Yeah.
Say something. Stay the night.
Yes. Yeah.
She's always done that after this album.
Come on, y'all.
Yes.
That was her template. God damn it.
Yeah, I've always noticed that about Mariah's albums ever since Emotions.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
To Be Around You, though.
Ooh.
I love this song. Like, again, I say it's my favorite up tempo because it's so damn funky, yo. Like, Oh
And gospel.
God.
You got the do 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 do
Do,
do.
do. Yeah.
Do.
Shout out to Trailer. You got Trailer in,
Come on,
Cindy
Trey.
Marcel, and Deborah Cooper on that. Like,
Yes,
and Mariah. Mariah gonna
of
do her own
course.
backgrounds too. Sleep.
Okay. Let's not forget Mariah.
Yes, at all. At all. But this song is just it's so fun. That's why when it was the 31st anniversary, I was like, what am I gonna put up? I was like, you know what? I'm a jam to be around you. And I put that on my
Yes.
Instagram. And people was like, oh shit. I was like, yo, this song is so funky. It makes you can't help but to get up and move. You know what I mean? It makes
Yes.
you just want to dance and groove. And like you said, my favorite part is the do do, especially how it ends.
Yes.
How it ends, like woo, the way. Oh God, like CNC gave Mariah the heat that she needed when it came to up tempo. They knew it was just
Period.
like we gonna bless her, and her pen is pending on it. And you can tell she's having fun. It's a fun record for her. So I love it. This is a red cup record for me.
Period.
I can jam to this and I don't care. Like I go in on this joint, like for real. Like
Yeah.
I even got my mom rocking to it because my mom don't really rock with Mariah like that. She only like Dream Lover. That's it. Mom only rock.
Wow.
That's it. She only rock with Dream Lover. And when I put To Be Around You, she's up in there. She was like, who is that? I was like, Ma, that's Mariah. She was like, it is? I was like, yes. And she was like, oh, I like that too. I was like, maybe she'll like the Emotions album, but I ain't gonna push it. I'm gonna give her a little bit. She likes to be around you. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna gradually bring some other stuff in. So you just gradually bring her in. So
I think stuff like that gets you. I think maybe moms. What up, moms? I think if you give her the up tempos from the album, I think that's what she'll more connect to
Right.
than the ballads. Because I feel like your mom would find the ballads to be boring.
Yes.
Yeah.
She does. And she does. Like only for her fave, she would love ballads. But anybody else?
But I think Mariah got very high quality up tempos, which a lot of ballad singers can't do.
Exactly.
A lot of time with them, the up tempos
the ballads are the best.
flat, or they, or they're like very formulaic, and so it's just like, okay, I see what you're doing, but whatever.
Right.
And for me, Whitney was like that. Like I think her ballads were like,
her ballads was the heat.
Especially during this time too. I mean, especially during this time. That's why it's like, not to, kind of put Mariah and Whitney against, but like I think T.S. Madison said, she said, as much as I love Whitney, Mariah had the better quality of work as far as albums and things like that, because Mariah had better bodies of work than Whitney did. You know what I mean? And
Mariah was a pen girl,
Yeah.
She was a pen.
So she had more. That in itself gave her more control over what she was singing because she could write it.
Right. Whitney, like BB said, he tried with Whitney with Taking a Chance, and he said he tried with her. And Whitney was like, "Oh no, just no. I know I ain't no writer. Just give me the song, let me feel it, and I'm gonna sing." Like that's just pretty much it. I'm not that. You know what I mean?
That's a power that people that are singer-songwriters have. Even if they have limited control in other aspects, they have control of that part.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, great.
And to piggyback off of JR, this is the only album my mother has of Mariah's.
Really?
And I'm kind of glad that it was, because this was my introduction to Mariah.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, I'm glad it was this one.
Yes.
It was perfect.
Nice. That
perfect.
I'm just so mad. I'm so glad that Sean, like I said in the beginning, you made me go back to it because I knew it, but it was just like, and you knew kind of the styles of things that I like. So you was like, I know you gonna of this. So I knew. So for
Yeah.
you to bring me back there, and I'm like, what the hell was I thinking? Like, yo, I got a lot of faves on this shit that even in Mariah's catalog. So I would have been like, if you would have never told me to go back these days, I wouldn't have never found my favorite song from her.
I'm glad you
Period.
did.
Yes, I'm so glad.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
And before we get into the next song, I just want to because I know JR finna go off. Before we get to that, I just wanted of some previous songs that we talked about and some things I meant to bring up of samples that were used in the album. Because in Can't Let Go, you had Make It Last Forever sample in it. And Make It Happen, you had Alicia Meyer sample in it.
Oh, I want to thank you.
What Alicia Meyer sample was it?
I want to thank you.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait.
I forgot to bring those up when we were talking about it. And
I just had to
make
think
sure.
about that for a second. I was like,
oh my God, you did. Oh my God.
Yes, yes. I'm like, oh, come
on,
Elise. Yeah.
That's probably another reason why I love that song so much, because anyone will tell you I goes up in the club when I Want to Thank You comes on.
Yes.
Oh, yes. If you didn't, I would question, do I even fuck with you like that? Yeah. You passed. Flying colors.
Oh shit.
Listen, you gotta turn up when any Alicia Myers comes on, okay?
Okay.
You know, my song is Appreciation. I appreciate. She's a very grateful. She's a very grateful person.
Yes.
I want to thank you.
You're right.
I want to thank you.
Gratitude, baby.
Come on, thankfulness.
Y'all better. I'm not messing with y'all today.
I be swinging MCA or whoever, UMG, get Alicia Myers records on there, okay?
Yes.
I have a little playlist of my own from her own records I have, but I want her music on streaming.
Yes.
Yeah.
She has some good albums.
Listen.
Good albums.
I wish.
Absolutely.
Yes. We need them back on. What?
Yes.
All right, JR, go off.
Oh,
this JR song right here.
My favorite Mariah song, period. Till the end of time. My favorite Mariah song, period. This song is the definition of what a power ballad is to me.
Yeah.
This, to me, is what she wanted I Don't Want to Cry to be. Because she don't like I Don't Want to Cry at all. Because she said
she doesn't.
Narda kind of made it very Whitney-ish. And that's what she didn't want. So when she got to this, to the end of time, to me, it just starts off so subtle and so vulnerable. You know what I mean? And then it was just like, close to me. How can I get close to you? Like, oh, I've got chills just talking about that shit. Like, oh my God, like just the vulnerability of that alone just hits my like spirit, man. Like it just, and she starts it off with the chorus. She don't start it off with a verse. She starts it off with, you know, I mean, obviously close to me, close to you, yeah. But she goes into why can't you see? Like, oh, I'm sorry.
So one of the things I love about this song is something that DeSean touched on earlier is the progression. Because she not going for blood in the beginning, but as she goes, but instead of as she goes getting higher, she actually the further song, she gets like deeper and more growly to it. Like it's like more intense. It's interesting because kind of usually the other way around. And this kind of she just goes deeper and deeper into her voice. So
you can tell she's somewhere in the song. Mariah is out of space on this record. You know what I mean? And like y'all said, it's the build up for me. And you know every part that it is. That chorus, Then that next joint, then she gets to the bridge because it go doo doo. Tell me what you need. I can give you every like
Ooh,
she's going and like
ooh.
she's just in it. And then
Mm-hmm.
she just comes until the end of time. Yes, like she just loses herself in it. And to me,
Yeah.
this is just like it's like God. How did Quincy Jones say when they were doing Thriller? He was just like God entered the room. And I felt like
Mm.
God entered the room on this, and he just let Mariah and Walter just go. And it was just them, and it's such a masterpiece. I don't want the song to end because then after she come back, after all that, then she comes back down and till the end of time. And then she just, you know what I'm saying? And then she just letting the beat just ride, and then Mariah's just like vocalizing. She giving you a little here, and then her backgrounds because it's all her.
Right,
You know what I mean? Because on our
right.
radio show, we was picking up people to doing their own backgrounds, and I said, Elise, can we please do till the end of time? Can we please
Uh-huh.
do till the end of time? And she did it, and she just floating on it, man. And I just never want this song to end. Anybody asking my favorite Mariah song, it's this because it hits me somewhere that other Mariah, like her other songs, just don't for me. And it just touches me somewhere. Like I'm literally talking about this, and I got like the hairs. I know I'm dark as shit, but I said like the hairs on my arms is like standing up. That's how much I love this song. She's never done it live.
No,
Never done it live. And I'm just like, oh, why couldn't she even do it on MTV Unplugged? Like just
right.
You,
oh.
you know how you know Jay, I really love it? Because he took a breath in the last 60 seconds.
You know I wasn't. Didn't listen.
This is
That's why
JR's
I think,
baby.
yes, that's why I'm so glad that DeSean made me go back. Because if I wouldn't have, my favorite song would have been until the end. Anytime you need a friend. That would have been my favorite
Mm,
song from her. So it was always that. But then with this, it was just something that just it came over me, and I was just like, "What the? How can I not remember this song? Like what happened?" And baby, I can play this song anytime, and it don't even matter. I can be happy, sad, whatever. This song I can play all the way through. It's like it's so many times that I've done try to put things up on Instagram, and the song, you know, it's only like a minute you can put up. I try to do the ending, and the ending is like a minute and 15 seconds. I could never get to it and put it up on there because it'll cut me off. But yeah, y'all, I'm sorry. I had to go off. I love this record. This record means everything to me. So yeah.
and you use the word that I was gonna use. It's like she's floating on this song. It
Mhm.
comes in with her rising to the occasion, literally. With the looking at the end baby, I was looking at the end like so soft, you know?
Right, and the music is so hard behind it, but she's
Yeah.
so smooth.
She's just
So
gliding
smooth.
until
Yes.
she takes you there, you know, until she lets you know, hey, I need you
I'm gonna
to
tell
love
you
me
what you
till
need.
the end of time, motherfucker. Okay?
Yes. She was like, I'm gonna tell you what you need.
You're the
I'm gonna
reason
give
that
you
I
everything.
feel. I love that part. That you're the
Yeah.
reason that I feel. Oh. Woo.
Yes. Oh
That's a
God.
bridge right there for you.
A bridge. Yeah.
Every moment of my life. Mm. Till the end of time. Oh, wow.
What?
Crazy.
I'm about to what after this? After we get my
Right.
neighbor's about to
Right.
hear it. They are about
Right.
to hear it, Ali. They gonna think you here, son. So
At this point, I think your neighbors is used to it at this point. Cause we be going off.
listen. Especially after
Man.
Tim got me the speaker. Shit. They done fucked up. Like
We be going off, yo.
yes, yes. So they're gonna be like, damn, on a Sunday? Is she here today? Like,
I'm always there in spirit.
yes,
Okay.
and is.
Or
Okay.
on your damn phone calling you 50 times a day.
Right. Right. Oh man, love this song, y'all. Oh God, love it. I'm so happy I got to talk about it.
It's a gem. It's such a gem in her catalog, her extensive catalog.
Yeah.
Of songs that are similar to this, but some kind of like a music box is like a whole bunch of Till the End of Times, but they don't hit kind of like the Till the End of Times on the Emotions. The Can't Let Go's on the Emotions album,
Mm-hmm.
That Emotions album just had that connection to not just the fan, but herself and the music.
Yep.
It was just a perfect blend of musicality and artistry on that album.
Yes. Yes. Then the transition from this to the Win. Because you needed a cool down. After Till the End of Time, you needed a cool down because she gave you all of that. And then to come in with the Win. And it's just like using that Russell Freeman composition and write her own lyrics to it.
Crazy.
That just shows you how much of a pen woman songwriter Mariah is, man. Like, she was like, I'm gonna give y'all something real chilled. I'm gonna let y'all float in the wind. I just gave y'all the dramatics until the end of time. I gotta bring you down. I have to.
Crazy.
So, yes. Love
It's
this.
one of those jazz moments on the album that stick. Beautifully penned song.
Yes.
Beautifully sang in that low register, She lets you know that she's more than just the pop girl. I can do it all. And this is one of those moments for Mariah.
Yes. Yep.
Absolutely.
This is her artistic record. Like, y'all, I'm not that. I'm all of this.
All of it.
See what this is. You know what I mean? And I just wish this album would have, because it seemed like I think besides me, you, and Elise, kind of really bypassed this album I see, like on social media. It's like people go from the debut to Music Box. But then a lot of them like MTV Unplugged. I'm like, hello, y'all. If you like MTV Unplugged, damn near all the songs is from this album. So how are you gonna not like that? You know what I mean? But again, we know once Tommy realized it wasn't selling like the debut, it was like, all right, now I know what I gotta do with her. It's straight ballads now. Like, this is gonna be your lane, and this is what we're gonna give you. You know what I mean? And it was kind of like, but when you put this album and the MTV Unplugged, you still got an 8 million seller with both. So I'm like, Emotions album was still, Emotions era was still a success, but he wanted it to be that 10, 15 million, and that's not what you got.
Yeah.
Right.
And we say Tommy, but that's just record executives in general. That's what they do. You come out. That's why I think it's a lot of time a curse to artists if they come out the box on some old, 5 million or shit, because then it's like everybody's like has these expectations, and I mean they did the people like Janet, every big star, if they do 10 million the first one and they do 7 the next one, they failed. What the fuck are you fucking serious?
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. With
exactly.
And who have you seen in music able to keep up with that? So why do they keep expecting that?
Not even Michael Jackson could do it,
Not Michael, not hardly nobody. Well, not hardly nobody. Nobody.
There's nobody.
You can't consistently do that.
And then to think too that when Emotions was released, the debut was still in the top 10.
Crazy.
So it's like people still ain't let that album die yet. Like, you gotta literally
It was only a year later.
A year later. So you kind of literally gotta let this album this is when albums lasted, y'all. Like, for real. And they lasted. And this album was only a year in, and the album was still in the top 10. People are still holding on to that. So a lot of people might have not even been ready for Emotions yet. Like, it was like,
right.
We're still loving Visions of Love. We're still
even though they tried, they couldn't let go. You know?
Come on, word pun.
Come on, word pun. That's how they couldn't. So it's a lot that went into this album not doing what it was. But I will always stand that, to me, this is Mariah's best to me.
Yeah.
Because it's like, DeSean, you said so many times in this episode, it was her. We got to feel who Mariah Carey really is. All of her influences was all up and through this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or after that, it was like, now the template has been laid. Now this music box is gonna be to them. It's not gonna be too urban. You know what I mean?
Right.
Then Daydream, the Merry Christmas is just a Merry Christmas album, period.
Right.
And you get to Daydream, which Mariah had to fight to get Fantasy on there.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was like, now she's fighting to get that and working with Jermaine and all that. At least with this, she got, this is me. This is who Mariah Carey is musically, sonically. I got with the writers, not the writers, because she's her own writer. I got with the producers that I wanted, and we made a nice body of work. So that's why I'm like, y'all can't kind of clown Emotions. If you didn't get this, you wouldn't have gotten anything after this. Because you would have never learned about Mariah as an artist. And she would have been, she's just a singer. She would have been like a Celine and Whitney. Just the truth. Even though I love them, but they are just singers. That's just what they are. Give them a song, they're going to eat the hell out of it vocally. Mariah, like, no, I'm going to pin this so you can connect more to me. You can connect more to me as a songwriter. So that's why I live for Emotions. Clearly, y'all see it. And I think this album is a...
I was laughing at JR saying, yes, this is the album cover. And I'm like, but it's on your shirt, nigga. That was like an hour ago that happened, but it's okay.
I've always been infatuated with that album cover. It's just something about it that I've always loved. The colors, the dress, like complementing the colors. It could have just been, what they used, the format they used for the picture to have it look like that, but it was perfect for me.
And it kind of describes her to me.
Yeah.
To me, because on this album, to me, she's in another world, but she's in Mariah Carey's world. You know what I mean? And then she brought you in. She brought you into her artistry. And that's what I think. This thing is just, this is one of a perfect album for me. This is Mariah's perfect album for me. Just no wrong with it. Wrong. I live for it. I live for it and will continue to live for it. So
always will.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Always will.
Yes.
Yeah. So now we have reached my personal favorite part of the show. But today, I'm excited about this one because I'm going back to episode 1 of how I did the word song association. And so fitting, we're talking about the album Emotions.
Yes.
So I am going to give you 5 different emotions, and you tell me the first Mariah Carey song from any album that comes to mind off of that emotion. It could be this album too, but just off any album.
Damn.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So the first one, anger.
Anger. That's a good one. Clown. Clown from Charm Bracelet.
Yes.
That was her middle finger to M, okay?
Yes, it was.
I should have never listened to your awful story, sir. Who's gonna care when the tears of a clown fall down? Mariah shady.
As hell.
Mariah shady.
That's probably why us three love her so much.
If anything, Mariah's gonna put that thing in a song, okay?
Yes.
All right. Next one. Calm. Calm.
Oh. Calm for me would probably be, I honestly want to say The Wind. That puts me in that place when I do play it. From emotions. It's the perfect calm song. You know, it's that jazz feel.
I agree.
All right. Hope.
Hope, make it happen.
Hopeful.
Yes.
Yes, make it happen immediately.
Mm-hmm.
That's my go-to.
All right. Loneliness.
Let me think. Loneliness. I think I want to say from Emancipation, One and Only.
Good one. Good one.
One and Only.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The last one. Which one to go? Admiration.
Admiration. I want to go with the track from Rainbow. Can't take that away from me.
Yep.
Mariah's theme. You know, she's been through a lot in her life, and when she wrote that one, it was really like not only just a FU, but I'm gonna stand on who I am and be who I am despite what they're saying, despite the divorce I went through with my husband. They're telling me I'm too sexy, I'm too this, despite the biracial, you know, self-hate I may have had as a kid, because one person is saying I'm too white, one person saying I'm too black. There's no in-between middle ground. That song was for her to take all of that energy and just throw it out in a positive way. I think I really admired Mariah a lot when I heard that song. I got that album for Christmas when it came out. I know my mother was probably like, why does he want this album? Yeah, you had a gay child, baby. The Mariah was in a two-piece, okay, with a big rainbow in the back.
Hello, she went to hello. It was like, suck right in. Like, here we go. And we're there.
I said, I'm gonna still put it on my Christmas list. I don't care. I want this album.
I want this, yes.
Rainbow.
Because you're so good at this game, I gotta do one more.
Yeah.
I want to end it on an up note.
Yes.
No, that was up too. Happiness/joy.
Oh my goodness, there's so many songs for Mariah. I think I'm gonna go with It's Like That. These chickens is ass shit, I'm a low shit. That just reminds me. It's such a club song. I remember when that came out, we were just partying to that song when it would be out.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. That reminds me of the club.
Yes.
What a great answer.
Yes.
Word song association. What the original one was, where I gave words and people gave the songs.
Wow.
I love that.
Yeah. I went back and watched our very first episode for the first time in probably since it came out. And I was like, why don't I stop doing it that way too? And this was perfect. Emotions. I'll give you emotions.
I love that. That was so dope.
Awesome. That's awesome.
That was dope.
Yeah. Thank you. And thank you for being dope at it. You were like, you had it. I was like, yes.
Yes. That's just the music lover in me, I think. You know, when you feel someone, and Mariah's in my top 3. You have Mary, Jill, Mariah. I just grew up on those women, strong women, you know. Not to say I don't love the males as much, but it's something about how a woman dives deep into her emotions and just lets it all hang out. If it's bad, you're gonna hear it. If it's good, you're gonna hear it. You know, women, especially Black women, they have the capability to just be vulnerable beyond, you know, what a man can do sometimes because he's trying to protect that image and not show that vulnerability.
Yeah.
As where a woman is just like, I'm letting it all hang out. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But you don't get the real here when you come up in this room and play this album.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
I've always admired that about women. And Mariah's one of those people where she'll give you a honey, but you know, she'll give you also the make it happens, the heroes, anytime you need a friend. Can't take that away from me. You know, she'll give you the fly like a bird's too. And lets you know I'm a real down to earth girl.
That's my
I've
song.
been through a storm, you know. Fly like a bird.
That's my song right there.
I love that song.
That's
Oh, that Grammy performance, she tore that thing down. Okay.
I love that song. Because you
Love that
felt like
song.
she meant that damn song.
Okay.
You
When you
can't
know
convince me otherwise.
when she writes songs, especially by inspiration, it's real. Like you know, it comes from a real place with her. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Her and R.I.P. to James Wright when they did that "Fly Like a
Oh,
Bird." Whew, and
all
then
their
the
songs
choir
together are
comes
just,
in.
they just hit.
Yes. Then the choir comes in. It's just like, oh God. Mariah knows she love her choir though.
Okay. And that's what
Mariah
I'm talking about.
loves.
That's where that gospel influence comes in at.
Yeah, she loves her
That church
choir.
influence.
Yeah.
Yes.
That fly like a bird do me like Jar said with the hair. I don't have no hair on my
Yes.
arms, but if I did,
Yeah.
it would stand up. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's one of
Oh
those
yeah.
songs from Mariah for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
Oh
yeah.
man. Well, thank you, brother, for hanging out with us.
Thank y'all. I just love this platform. I just love it. Thank y'all for representing R&B and music in general, y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
Oh God, I got to talk about one of my favorite albums ever with him. That's why I was like, I at least knew. I was like, if I'm doing emotions, it's with nobody but DeSean. Period. Like
He
I'm
did
not
Yes.
say that.
doing that
He
album.
did,
If
he
somebody would
did
have
say
picked it,
that.
I'd have been like, nope, nope, not
Yeah.
We
doing it.
love you, Tim.
Yeah, right, Tim.
Yeah. That my
Oh,
baby.
Yeah.
yes,
That my baby
we
right
love
there.
him. Yes.
But yes, we thank everybody for hanging out with us and taking time to just go down memory lane about this album and why it's important. And yeah, just make sure to like, subscribe, share, tell your folks about us. Bring us some more cousins. It's a family atmosphere here. It's your cussing ass family, but family nonetheless. Them the ones that's fun anyway. Um, is your cousin, auntie, and uncle. Uh, but yeah, we love y'all and we appreciate all the love that y'all show us.
Yes.
And as always, we will catch y'all on the next Catch That. Peace and love and all those emotions.